Hi, thanks for checking out Waste. One of the activities on this learning resource is a food waste challenge. And in that food waste challenge, the students take on the role of a business where they have needs and demands and also waste products they produce. They have to figure out ways to successfully deal with those. The end goal of the game is to actually get them to realize that different businesses can work synergistically and form a very powerful, strong, tightly knit web of supply and demand that works very effectively and economically viable. Your goal when you provide this is to provide information to the students, but at a certain pace. You're giving them a little bit more information and revealing the big picture finally by the end, not at the beginning. So there's some paperwork to set up that will help you to do that and make the whole thing run really smoothly. So here we go. Two main parts. When you photocopy the worksheets that are at the bottom of the learning resource, you'll have five different businesses, right? There's a fish farm, there's a pig farm, there's an apple farm, or there's a grocery store. And I've got sheets that look kind of like this. You can see mine, I've actually clipped off the side with the questions. I was using it for a prototype. You'll have the questions there. So there'll be a full, proper 8.5 by 11 sheet. That's what you're using. Okay, so print those five off. And when you do it, let's work with the example of me, a classroom of 25 kids. Okay, just for example. I want to have one fifth of them being each of the businesses. Okay, so 1/5 of 25 is 5. So I'm going to have 5 people end up as the grocery store owners. Simple enough. 1/5 or 5 are going to be apple farmers. Okay, now to help them to divide up a little bit as the game goes on, you need to take that sheet with the grocery store and photocopy it 5 times, one for each kid, but do it with a color that will be unique, different than any other color. So I used yellow. My apple farmers, I would print this one. I only have one right now, but imagine I have 5, one for each of my kids who are going to be apple farmers, starting with a blue sheet. Okay, this helps them to break up as the game progresses. So do that with 5 different ones, and you'll end up with, there we go, 5 different businesses, each with a different color, and 1/5 um, for each of your groups, whatever you have, 25. Or if you have 30, you do 6 each, right? Figure it out. So that's the first thing, little packages. So again, working with my example of 25 kids in my class, I'm going to have 5 pig farmers. So the second thing I do is I take all my pig farmer sheets, which I chose to go orange, and in the top corner, I'm going to label that one number 1. I'm going to label that one number 2, number 3, 4, 5. So in order. If I had 6, I'd put a 6th one, right? Once I've done that with my yellow sheets, I'd go over and I'd grab my grocery store one, spread the 5 out, and label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each group of each color is going to have a number 1 all the way to 5, or if you had a smaller group, might only go to 4, in the corner. Okay, so there's a number 1 pig farmer, there's a number 1 grocery store, there's a number 1 apple farm. That's how it works. Once you have that done, you're ready to play. So the game involves 3 phases. The first phase, students get a sheet, hand them out. You may want to just have a pocket in certain areas or just randomize. Doesn't matter. They get one sheet. Try to keep their eyes down and create a little bit of secrecy about it. They're working independently. They're trying to solve the problem by themselves, which hopefully the way the game works, it doesn't work that good, right? They eventually hit a wall. They've come up with their ideas. You then go to phase 2. That's where you go to the color team group. So you'd say all the people with orange, go to that corner. And because I had an orange pig farm, I would go to that corner. But then I realized there's actually 5 other pig farmers. And at that point, we can talk and share ideas and collaborate. And you can always sort of pit one color against another team. So it looks like orange is going to be yellow. Yellow's got a lot of ideas. But don't tell them that the pig farmers are doing better than the grocery store. Colors. Go with colors, right? As soon as you let the cat out of the bag that there's a grocery store, they might think, Oh, I can tie a grocery store into my loop. That comes later. Okay. So they're working just with related businesses. Okay. The third step, so that's the number group. That's where you say, I'd like all number ones over here, number twos over here. And that's when the students get to see that there's a fish packing plant, compost, grocery store, pig farmer. My other one blew away. And they realize, whoa, there's a lot of other businesses around. And the way I've set it up is there's actually a lot of potential synergies, connections that these groups can have. So this third stage, that there's this group number one, right? Everybody has a number one. This is where they hopefully lock up and connect really well with these businesses that can be all within one community and figure out really slick ways to meet the demands of need and waste built by their business. That's basically how the game goes. You can get them to demonstrate their learning on a large poster sheet, build a web, lots of arrows, and stress specifics, right? Get them to be specific and creative about the actual materials that are being moved and the methods and mechanisms of how they're getting around from business to business. That's the game. Good luck.